Hi guys and welcome to Rockzone.com. This is Mohit Soni here, and what you're looking at is the QJ Motor SRV 300. After riding the three QJ motorcycles in the recent weeks, this is the third one that we are riding. There are 5 on offer, and this is a motorcycle that is in the cruiser segment. What we've told you in the past is what we like to tell here as well, is the fact that this is one of the many motorcycles that QJ has with various displacements, various engine forms, and various body styles as well. So this is the SRV, which stands for which is in the cruiser segment. So let's assume there will be an SRV 500 or 700, which will be a cruiser. So that's how the naming goes. And as you can see, this is a very good looking motorcycle. Of course, it has its looks and cosmetics and style very much resembling to the Harley 48, and but at the same time it has its own distinct identity. Have a look at this very different LED tail lamp, which is truly vertical in every way. You've got an exhaust which is from the very past indeed. At the same time, it somehow looks really nice on this motorcycle. This green matte green always works really well on motorcycles in the cruiser format. They give you that true blue military vibe, and that always looks great with the cruiser series. A chrome headlamp with LED DRLs, which are done in a very nice way. You've got forks here which are silver USD, and a single 300mm disc brake is seen. Overall quality, fit, finish is good, acceptable. Of course, there is room for improvement everywhere, but overall at first look and even after spending some time, we don't think there's any particular big issue, and I think that's a great thing to have. As also you can see, the seat is a single piece unit. The side panel also seems to be designed to look really well to my eyes. Clearly the tank also looks quite nice in the teardrop fashion that it is in right now. And you've got illuminated switches here, and of course the instrument cluster is very awkwardly mounted in the middle, and that is how you control everything on the bike from there. And yeah, that's the new sticker you'll be seeing on most bikes now. And this bike is not E20 ready yet, but it can be in the future. And that is the reservoir for the liquid cooling coolant. Front side foot pegs are on offer, and overall it is a true blue cruiser motorcycle. We really like the way it looks in the paint scheme, in the body frame. The forks look a little out of hand. They're too thin, and meteor ones would have been welcome on this high powered 300cc motorcycle. But we'll come to the riding part. I'll tell you how they perform. And you've got these multi-spoke alloy wheels also, which also look quite nice. And again, if you can see the illumination in the switches, which is really cool. Hazard lamp is on offer. And in terms of features, of course, you can just only go through the trip via this button here. There's no connectivity features per se. And like I said, overall a really good bike to look at in the right shade. We think it looks quite nice, and yeah, with the right color schemes on offer, which is the green, the bronze, and the black, along with this really cool looking LED tail lamp here. Everything seems to be falling in the right place, and it is traditional and retro in true sense. You get twin shocks at the back. That's about it. How is it like to ride? Well, let's find that out. Well, what is it like to ride? Well, the QJ Motor SRV 300 feels like a typical cruiser motorcycle, but it is surprisingly really well done. And it is an engine which makes 30 bhp of power. The torque is at 26 Nm, so that is a lot of power and torque in this segment. Of course, it takes down on the Meteor 350 quite well. Because of that, it doesn't fall in that category anymore. That is why I didn't mention it in the past, but that's what it is. It's a 30 bhp 300cc V twin motorcycle. So these are basic numbers for this. At the same time, in the past we've seen QJ Motors making motorcycles with different brands. Of course, they've provided slightly lower outputs. This time they're going with the higher power outputs, and that is the criticism that they solved over the time. And 30 PS 26 Nm, it weighs only 170 kilograms, so that is also something which is a huge feat. Getting a motorcycle that light with all the cruiser elements, usually bikes get heavy, so the power to weight ratio is very impressive. 0 to 100 comes around 10 seconds, which is quite good. And the engine is smooth, it's very refined, barely any vibrations. It's been doing really well in the refinement part. The clutch is light, the gearbox is smooth enough, and overall it's a very easy bike to ride in the city because of the light front end and the small alloy wheels that are on offer at the front. The agility is quite good. In fact, the nimbleness is also quite good, and The stability is good as well. Ride quality is impressive. Ground clearance, of course, ground clearance is good enough. You'll have to be careful with really tall speed breakers, but we went through one, two of them and did not find to scrape it despite with my heavy weight, and which is impressive. What you're going to find lacking is that when you attack a set of corners, the clearance in that aspect is going to be a little bit, the cornering clearance is going to be less, and that is what the SRV offers. And when you realize that you don't have clearance, cornering clearance, you'll realize that you can corner this motorcycle quite well, but it isn't meant to do so. Suspension is of course quite soft. It takes broken roads quite well. There is good ride quality on offer, good stability on offer, even on bumpy roads, even at high speeds. So the suspension is on the softer side. There is no need to attack corners like you're on a naked or a street motorcycle or a super sport motorcycle. If you ride it normally, that's how it's meant to be, and that's how you should, and that's where you will enjoy this bike quite a lot. And you'll find the brakes to be good enough. In sane riding, of course, really fast riding all the time will make you realize that the brakes are not that impressive, but then again, nobody does that on a cruiser, so the brakes are also quite good. The tires, are also pretty good. It's raining right now. We've tested it in the rains and in the dry. They've been performing quite well. That's one of the reasons why the ride quality is also quite good, is because tires also do incremental role in getting you the right quality. So with these chunky tires with round profile, they make sure that you get very good ride quality as well, along with the suspension tuning, which is, like I said, on the softer side. Brakes good enough, tires good enough, suspension good enough, good ride quality, good ground clearance. Cornering clearance, of course, is less because of how the motorcycle is. It's a cruiser after all. In terms of comfort, the seat is quite comfortable. The tank is quite large at 14 liters, so it should aid in a very good range. It should easily deliver around 400 kilometers of range, and that is what a motorcycle is all about. It's an easy bike to ride, and it's a no nonsense motorcycle, cruiser, and it's easy to live with, easy to ride. You can do long distances. The only problem yet again is the fact that a twin cylinder motorcycle in QJ Motor always costs about 3.5 lakh rupees. This is exactly 3.5 lakh rupees. So what that does is that it makes it a little expensive, but then again, you are getting quite a lot of value for your money, and but not enough per se. And I think that's it. That's what the QJ Motor SRV is all about. It's a no-nonsense motorcycle. It is just about enough value. The reliability is still going to be a concern for some people, but given the confidence that QJ Motor has and the kind of warranty you're getting with these motorcycles in the entire QJ Motor motorcycle portfolio, it makes it a good buy. You can look forward into it if you can get the pricing right, or wait for some price cut, or if you can manage to get some discounts, then this will make it a very good motorcycle. That's what you will go for, because if you like this motorcycle the way it looks, and after a test ride you like it as well, that's what you will end up doing. Of course, it's not the most sportiest cruiser, and it's not a cruiser with a lot of character, despite a V-twin which behaves a little in a commuter way. But then again, it is what it is, and you'll buy it for the way it rides and the way it looks and the comfort and ease of use it offers, and most importantly, the exclusivity that comes with this motorcycle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Follow us on social media and website for everyday updates. Until then, goodbye.